Next topic that we're going to be talking about, folks. Let me take a look here. So, we're finally excited about Spider-Man again. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it? Hasn't it been, folks? English. Damn. Destin Daniel Cretton, Kevin Feige, Amy Pascal, whoever the fuck their idea was to record out in the open in Glasgow, letting people actually watch, take pictures, revel in the fact that Tom Holland finally has a decent Spider-Man suit that actually looks homemade, actually looks like Spider-Man. I don't know whose idea was, but what a brilliant marketing campaign, because we're basically marketing the movie for you, and the movie's only a year away. This is incredibly interesting to me. So, general thoughts on Tom Holland's Spider-Man, at least to me. I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he peaked in Spider-Man Homecoming, and each sequential installment of Spider-Man in the MCU has left me demonstrably dissatisfied with Tom Holland's iteration of Spider-Man, but that is a subject for another time. However, man, those set photos... I'm reminded of the marketing campaign for the first Superman movie. Special effects weren't at the level that they are today. And it was a pretty big deal to have a man, strapped through wires and, wearing, a comic-accurate Superman suit. It was a big deal. It was the public zeitgeist first impression of a man virtually flying on screen. It was like a big deal. It had a pull. Oh my God, did you see this new movie? They're actually using really cool practical effects to make a guy fly. Isn't that cool? We should go watch it. And it was such a big deal that was the tagline that they sold the movie on. You'll believe a man can fly. And boy, oh howdy, can I believe a man can swing with those set photos. I don't know if it was intentional. Maybe it just, was, a happy little accident that they had to record a pretty Spider-Man faithful action sequence in broad daylight. He's just swinging around downtown Manhattan with a tank, causing explosions. And the pictures that people have been able to grasp and take from that set, dude, that picture, those who have seen the picture know exactly what I'm talking about. That picture of him, standing, pondering while, the entire crowd is, inundated with people with their cell phones. You're like, Spider-Man. And he's just like, right down and right and around across. Let Down, Radiohead. It looks straight out of a comic book panel. I love it. So fucking good. Am I excited for the film? Of course I am. It's just, I'd be more excited if they could finally hammer out that contract that they have with Sony to where Spider-Man can be in a movie with himself and only his own main characters. I'm intrigued to see what Frank Castle will do in that movie. I'm intrigued to see Mark Ruffalo's involvement in the film. We'll see what other characters show up. I'm very excited. I'm more excited for the fact that Michael Mando is coming back as Scorpion than Frank Castle and Mark Ruffalo, because that's kind of just building off the own original mythology that they've been building in the MCU for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. We're finally going to get Scorpion in the film that was teased at the end of Homecoming, 8 years ago. That's more, from a narrative perspective and from a Tom Holland Spider-Man fan perspective, that's much more fulfilling to get than just see Spider-Man having to share his film with another character. Because those in the know obviously know that, it's just really good writing can distract you from the fact that they're just shoehorning MCU characters. You had Nick Fury in Far From Home. Of course, you had Iron Man back in Homecoming. You got Doctor Strange. Now you got two of these fuckers now. Hulk. We'll see how that plays out. Frank Castle's Punisher, you already know he's going to be PG-13. So, I'll watch it. I'll see what they do with it. I think Destin Daniel Cretton is a very interesting director. I didn't love Shang-Chi like everybody else, but the action sequences and the directing of that film was really, for an MCU movie, was really, really imaginative, creative, and exciting. So I'm very excited to finally see Tom Holland's Spider-Man actually, be directed by a guy who isn't ashamed to actually have him swinging around. It's not a knockoff. It's kind of no offense, but kind of offense to John Watts, because, those who read that article talked about how John Watts, didn't really care for the swinging that much in his films because he claimed that it just looks like a monkey swinging around. And it's like, dude, Have you seen that fucking video that people got about Tom Holland? Well, it's probably just a stunt double, with the explosions in the background and him swinging around, and it's like, dude, it looks so fucking good. It looks so fucking good, but I'm so iffy. I'm so dissatisfied with the MCU right now that I can't really let myself get excited anymore, man. I was so excited for DC's James Gunn Superman movie, and personally, I kind of thought it was just okay. In my personal opinion, at least. I really loved Fantastic Four First Steps. I was very underwhelmed with Brave New World, and I thought Thunderbolts was a very good movie. But like, I didn't watch Ironheart because, no amount of money ever bought a second of time. I'm not going to watch any of the Marvel shows anymore. I hated Daredevil Born Again. Hated it. Hated it, absolutely hated it. Couldn't hate it more. And, I really don't like the editing in modern Disney movies because they're very hyperactive and they always rush over emotional beats that don't really hit home because the movie's just too preoccupied to just get to the next thing. Dude, watch any Pixar movie from the past 6 years. Watch any MCU movie after Thor Ragnarok. All the Star Wars TV shows. Even Disney animation proper. There's an editing problem right now in Disney. But anyways, subject for another time. I want to get excited about brand new day, man. I really do. Because, finally Kevin Feige, after so many years, he finally came out of his fucking mouth. This is going to be, a standalone Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. It's just going to be Peter Parker on his own. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But, execution is key. I want to get excited about Destin Daniel Cretton because you can tell he actually loves Spider-Man with all the set pictures, You can tell by the fucking suits this guy likes Spider-Man. He actually has an appreciation for the character, He does. And it's very, notable with seeing, even just, the few pictures that we've gotten from that one action sequence that they're filming. It does feel different. That's why it's so exciting to see as a Spider-Man fan, It's like, the whole, the meme right now is, oh my God, Spider-Man actually exists now. That's really fucking cool that we get to say that about a Spider-Man movie again. It's a great first steps for this new Spider-Man movie because it's a great way to generate hype again, especially after No Way Home, where I'm pretty sure we're never gonna get the No Way Home hype again for any movie ever again. Maybe with an Avengers movie down the line, but like this is a really interesting, way of. At least from an audience perspective, it's a nice way to get reintroduced into this mini franchise inside the overall encompassing franchise, which is the MCU. It's like, dude, I'm excited for Spider-Man again. I want to be more excited. I want to actually look forward to the film, but at the same time, I've enjoyed every Spider-Man Tom Holland movie a little less with each sequential installment. The MCU right now is very more so miss than hit. I'll be the first to say it. I think the MCU kind of sucks now. And you might ask yourself, but hey, Far From Fantastic Four was great. Thunderbolts was really good. Dude. Secret Invasion. The Marvels. Secret Invasion. A lot of people aren't watching the Disney Plus shows anymore. I doubt Ironheart is a top 10 MCU TV show, and I haven't even watched it. Because, a couple of projects don't offset the past couple of years of mediocrity. The MCU kind of sucks now. Very, very disappointing. And especially, at least from my perspective, coming out of James Gunn's Superman movie, where I was extremely excited to see that movie and was incredibly disappointed for what the movie ended up being, which is another James Gunn movie instead of a Superman movie. I'm kind of dissatisfied with comic book movies now, and Spider-Man is my favorite comic book character of all time. We got the boy right here. The best live-action Spider-Man movie, if you ask me. Best Spider-Man movie of all time? No. Those are the Spider-Verse movies, as any sane person knows. But I want to get excited I like what I see, but I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Remember, guys, we got to watch these movies with both eyes open. Don't let yourself be blinded by meaningless schluck fan service. We deserve better than that. Need I remind you that Fantastic Four is a pretty great movie that is underperforming right now in the box office. Not a lot of people are watching. It's going to be somewhat around the same box office range as Captain America: Brave New World. I'll see the new Spider-Man movie, of course. I just want to be more excited than I am. We'll see. It's just, dude, if the MCU was in a better place, I'd have the fucking brand new day tattoo. I'd fucking have that logo tattooed right now. I'd have that beautiful picture of Spider-Man swinging around next to the buses and the American flag. I'd have that shit tattooed in my back.